Anyway, since our merger with Delta, some strange things have been continuing to happen here on the West Coast. For one thing, we no longer take the 747 or the A330 from there to there. We now take the 767. If you have no idea what a 767 is, it's the smallest of these four planes. It seats even less people than what we fly from the West Coast to Hawaii, which is only a 5-hour flight. But you're going to be on the 767 for over 11 hours if you're going to Asia. It's like most planes. It has aisles and seats, overhead bins and windows. It has galleys and emergency exits. But because the flight is so long, it requires a place for the flight crew to rest, which the other planes used to have crew rest bunks where you could actually go and get some sleep. These offer you a seat where you can rest in, and we'll talk about that later. Anyway, on our flight, there was a super friendly and so nice Atlanta-based flight attendant who told us all about how wonderful it was working for Delta and how they've never had any problems with the company because they give them everything they want. Well, as the passengers began to board, we saw some problems with this plane. First of all, the overhead bins are really small, and international travelers usually bring a lot of stuff, so there wasn't much room for all of their things. Another thing is the seats are really small and uncomfortable. Once we got everything boarded and closed up, we were ready to arm our doors and show people how to escape this thing in case it went down in the middle of the ocean. And once we were up in the air, it was time to hurry through, pass out hot towels, get people ready for the dinner service, dig around for the last beef, because that always goes first, offer people coffee and tea, pick up trash, and then run through with duty-free. Once all the service is done, it's time for the crew to split up, and half of the crew goes on break, like I told you. So the flight attendants all squeeze into these seats, and the pilots right across from us sit in a business class seat. But it's better than a business class seat because the pilots also get some kind of a special cushion that they get to use, while the flight attendants all squish on these very uncomfortable, teeny little seats that are not business class seats at all. The pilots even get a curtain to go around them. So I asked this super sweet Atlanta-based flight attendant why the pilots got these really nice seats that reclined and a special cushion and a curtain, and the flight attendants got these really uncomfortable seats. And she explained to me that the pilots work really hard and they get really tired. I wondered what she thought the pilots did. I mean, I know they go through a checklist and then they push a lever forward and then a few more buttons and then we're basically flying. I wasn't quite sure what she meant by how they got really tired. I asked her again and she just stared at me and blinked and stared at me and blinked and stared at me and blinked. I told her I will think the reason the pilots get such nice treatment is because they have a contract.